Hi, it's Mild Red Songbird. Eva Evangeline Einstein, Tesla's mine in New York City. You're looking at a picture of Robin Birdsong. She's immaculately conceived child of Stevie Wonder and D. Michelle Birdsong. Robin Birdsong was Galileo. She was also St. Francis of Assisi and lots of other people. But now I'm going to focus on the 10 major accomplishments of Galileo, and that's Robin, was Galileo, by this guy, Annie Rude, however you say that, okay? Galileo, from 1564 to 1642, was an Italian, these are excerpts from this article written by him. He was an Italian, Galileo was an Italian astronomer, astrologer, they were the same things then, scientist who launched the scientific revolution and is widely considered the father of modern science. He was a prolific inventor who is credited with several inventions including a hydrostatic balance, a military compass, and a forerunner of the modern thermometer. Galileo is the first known person who studied the sky's detail with a telescope. He made numerous significant discoveries in astronomy, including the phases of Venus and 4 largest moons of Jupiter. His contributions to science include the Galilean invariance and discovery of isochronism in pendulums. Know why Galileo is considered the father of modern astronomy, of modern science, by studying his 10 major accomplishments and their relevance. Number 1, he invented a hydrostatic balance. In 1586, at the age of 22, Galileo developed a better method than that based on Archimedes' principles, weighing precious metals in air and then in water to determine their purity, a common practice among jewelers in Europe. Galileo described his method in a treatise titled The Bilancetta, the Little Balance. For detailed description of his invention, Google this article. And this article, again, is called The 10 Major Accomplishments of Galileo. Alright. Number 2, Galileo invented a forerunner to the modern thermometer. Number 3, Galileo is credited with the invention of an improved military compass. It became the major calculating instrument in use from the end of the 16th century till the 19th century. Number 4, Galileo discovered that pendulums were isochronous. Galileo is the first known person to study in detail the properties of pendulums. He noted that the swings of the pendulum always takes the same amount of time, independent of the amplitude. Thus, a pendulum is isochronics, i.e., the oscillation period of a given pendulum is nearly constant, regardless of the angle of its swing. Isochronism is the reason pendulums proved to be so useful in timekeeping. Okay, let's decode the word pendulums. Pen, P-E-N, like this. Okay. Pen, daughter of the sun, you will, period. You, mild red songbird. Okay. Daughter of the sun is mild red songbird. Alright, so as I was saying, the pendulum clock later became the world's standard timekeeper till the 1930s. Note: the heavenly timekeeper, the sun, was confirmed by Galileo to be the center of the solar system. His discovery threatened the status of the powerful Catholic Church. At risk of being burned at the stake, Galileo said he had been mistaken. The earth did not revolve around the sun. The sun revolved around the earth. Of course, he wasn't mistaken, and the Catholic Church apologized to Galileo some 300 years later. Okay, now let's see. Let's decode the word center. The heavenly timekeeper, the sun, was confirmed by Galileo to be the center. Conscious Eve energy entered the true energy, her Eve. Okay, and the sun is the guard of the solar system. Guard decoded. Guard, you Aria, Eve's daughter. The daughter that's in my womb, and I'm waiting for her to be born. The Father is Jesus Christ. So, the sun revolved around the earth. That's what he said. As Aristotle and the Church had been teaching people to believe. The Catholic Church still put Galileo under house arrest for 8 years until his death. Apparently, he acquired Stockholm Syndrome, turning against himself and against anything controversial before he died. As Galileo, Sister Donnie Wright, Robin Birdsong, has been in therapy to clear up the fog the Catholic Church caused Galileo's consciousness to dwell in by their dominance over him. Galileo's therapist, Robin Birdsong's therapist, has been Freud, father of psychoanalysis, knowledge of the unconscious mind, Fritz Perls, German psychiatrist, who discovered that reality is the moment. Being in touch with reality is point of attention. Who am I? My attention span. Being in touch with reality is point of attention, being present, self-aware in the moment. Self-aware is to be conscious, not unconscious. Okay. Number 5, Galileo is considered as the father of observed astronomy. Astronomy decoded as Saint, her order, Tron, true order, enter, Archangel Michelle, I, see, observational. Galileo heard of the invention of the first practical refracting telescopes in the Netherlands in 1608. Galileo constructed his own version of the instrument, which is now known as a Galilean telescope. Galileo's best telescope magnified objects. My eye is itching. About 30 times. Did you get that? Galileo's best telescope magnified objects about 30 times and was good enough for Galileo to explore the sky and make some of the most important discoveries in the history of astronomy. Galileo was the first known person to study in detail the skies with a telescope, and he is widely regarded as a father of observational astronomy. He observed the correct position of the guard. Number 6, Galileo proved the heliocentric model through his discovery of the phases of Venus. The phases of Venus are the different variations of lighting seen on the planet. Planet decoded. Play, net, talk and share, therapy. Net decoded. Enter extraterrestrial, Eve Venus. Okay, and she created talk and share, therapy. Okay. Lighting seen on the planet's surface, similar, well, let me just start here. The phases of Venus are the different variations of lighting seen on the planet's surface, similar to the moon's phases. The sun who told Venus that she is his star. Okay, Venus, spelled backwards, is sun, daughter Eve, the sun Eve, okay? Star decoded. See true Archangel Michelle, Eve, and then V-E, E-V, entered United States. Okay, Eve entered United States from the sun. That's why I said she's an E.T. The sun is the father of Venus. The moon, his wife, is the mother. Okay. The first known observation of the planetary phases of Venus were done by Galileo with his telescope. Planetary decoded. Present will, Angel Michelle, energy true, Angel Gregory, Archangel. Oh, will, the will is Angel Gabriel. Okay, planetary, no, present will, Angel, Galileo, not Galileo, Angel is Gabriel. And then Archangel, Michelle, energy true, Archangel I. Galileo with his telescopes in late 1610. Telescopes decoded. Tell Eve Venus energy, sun operating for Eve and Jesus on earth. Oh, the sun's conscious clock is operating for Eve and Jesus on earth. The reason I underline that, because that's huge. This is showing in writing that the sun is operating because of his daughter and son. My daughter Melanie said to me once, she's a pagan, and she said, we're keeping the sun in the sky. And I had no idea what she's talking about. But the truth is, her mother, Eve, Archangel Michelle, and Jesus, Archangel Gabriel, are keeping the sun in the sky because he's operating for them in order to see them. He's the author of this play of earth, and he wants to see them acted out. Okay, so the discovery of Venus's phase, and Venus is the same as Eve, is the same as Archangel Michelle. Venus's phases was monumental, as it essentially ruled out Ruled out what? Ruled something out. Ruled out Ptolemy's geocentric model, which placed the Earth at the center of the universe. That's why it was monumental. Okay, now we didn't do that. Let's decode phases. Present heavens as Eve energy, God, Gabriel, Gorinda, Eve sources. Okay, and then over here, Ptolemy was Herod, Christ killer, and who is Gary Bird, who works as a disc jockey part-time at WBAI, WLIB, and WBLS. Okay. And monumental decoded mother ordered you, me, enter true ark, angel Gabriel, Gorinda's will. He is Jesus Christ. Gorinda's will rose. Okay, this is the advent of Gorinda, Jesus Christ, Archangel Gabriel's will. Okay, that's why I underline it. That is monumental. Mental decoded. Men, true, Adam's will. Adam was Michael Bublé. Okay, so large role in the play in Sun natural selection play. Okay, and over here, so Ptolemy's geocentric world model, which placed the Earth at the center of the universe and the Catholic Church at the center of the universe, and was compatible only with heliocentric model of, this is Galileo's findings. His findings were compatible only with heliocentric model of Nicholas. Saint Nicholas is Jesus Christ, is Gorinda Singh. Copernicus is Gorinda Singh.